It all started with a simple question, a question that lingered in my mind, refusing to be ignored. It was a question that sparked a journey, a challenge, and ultimately, a life-changing experience. Where's the one place you're a little scared to go alone? That place that makes your palms sweat and your heart race just thinking about it? The destination that whispers of the unknown, the unfamiliar, and the potentially overwhelming. For me, without a doubt, it was China. A land of ancient history and modern marvels, a place I had always dreamed of visiting, but also one that filled me with a sense of trepidation. The language, with its intricate characters and tonal nuances, the sheer size of the country, stretching across continents and cultures, the distance, a world away from everything I knew, it all felt incredibly intimidating. The thought of navigating bustling cities, deciphering foreign signs, and communicating in a language I didn't understand was enough to make me want to stay home. Then my friend dared me, a simple challenge, thrown out casually, that somehow managed to ignite a fire within me. Go. But do it on a shoestring. Embrace the challenge, experience the country in its rawest form, and push yourself beyond your comfort zone. 550 pounds for a month. That was the limit, the constraint, the unexpected catalyst for an incredible adventure. Suddenly, a dare became a dream. The fear began to fade, replaced by a growing sense of excitement and anticipation. The challenge transformed into an opportunity. I wanted to prove the world isn't as scary as we think. To show that with a little courage and resourcefulness, we can overcome our fears and embrace the unknown. So, I booked a one-way ticket, a commitment to the unknown, a leap of faith into a world of possibilities. Heart pounding with excitement and nerves, a cocktail of emotions swirling within me as I prepared to embark on this incredible journey. Could I really do it? Could I navigate a foreign land, on my own, with limited resources? A month in China, with just the cash in my pocket, and a backpack? A minimalist approach to travel, stripping away the luxuries and embracing the essentials. My goal? To experience China in a way that most tourists don't. Eat where locals eat, savoring the authentic flavors of the country, far from the tourist traps and overpriced restaurants. Ride their trains, immersing myself in the daily lives of the Chinese people, sharing their journeys and experiencing their culture firsthand. And find connection in the unknown. To bridge the cultural gap, to connect with people from a different background, and to discover the shared humanity that unites us all. The budget wasn't a restriction, it wasn't a barrier to overcome, but rather a tool to unlock a more authentic experience. It was a key to the real China, a way to peel back the layers of tourism and discover the heart and soul of the country, away from tour buses and fancy hotels, far from the crowds and the superficial experiences designed for tourists. Limiting my money meant expanding my potential for genuine experiences, opening doors to interactions and opportunities that would have otherwise been closed. This wasn't a holiday, it was an immersion, a deep dive into the culture, a chance to live like a local, and to truly understand the country and its people. With 550 pounds, about $690, a seemingly small amount of money to explore such a vast and diverse country, my adventure began. A journey into the unknown fueled by curiosity, courage, and a desire to connect with the world. That number became my guide, a constant reminder to stay true to my goal of experiencing China on a budget, and to seek out authentic and meaningful experiences, nudging me to take the local bus, to venture off the beaten path, to meet new people, and to embrace the unexpected. This story is for anyone who thinks adventure is too expensive or too complicated. For those who believe that travel is only for the wealthy or the experienced, I'm here to tell you it's not. Adventure is within reach for everyone, regardless of their budget or experience level. It's right there waiting for you, just beyond your comfort zone, waiting to be discovered. All you need is a little courage and a lot of curiosity, a willingness to step outside your comfort zone and embrace the unknown. Sometimes the best journeys start with a dare, a challenge that pushes you beyond your limits and opens your eyes to a world of possibilities. And this was mine. My journey into the heart of China, a journey that would challenge me, change me, and ultimately, show me the world in a whole new light. Landing in Beijing, I was immediately swept up in a whirlwind of new sensations. My first steps in Beijing were a rush, sounds, smells, and energy everywhere. The city pulsated with a vibrant rhythm that was both exhilarating and a little overwhelming. It was a sensory overload in the best possible way. I wanted an authentic experience, so I found a hostel nestled in the heart of a traditional hutong for £8 a night. Stepping through the doorway, I was instantly surrounded by fellow travelers, all eager to share their stories and adventures. The common room buzzed with a mix of languages and laughter, May, the owner, a warm and welcoming woman, greeted me with a steaming cup of jasmine tea, its delicate fragrance filling the air. After settling in, she pointed me to her favorite dumpling shop, a tiny, unassuming place just around the corner. 10 perfectly steamed pork and chive dumplings for £1.50, an absolute steal. I ate them shoulder to shoulder with locals, all happily slurping and chatting away. It was a truly immersive experience. Afterwards, I wandered the intricate maze of the hutongs, tasted the sweet and tangy candied hawthorn on a stick, and soaked in the city's organized chaos, a fascinating blend of old and new. The narrow alleyways teemed with life. For our trip to the Great Wall, my hostel friends and I decided to skip the pricey tourist trap tours. Instead, we embraced the local way and took a public bus to Mutianyu, less than £20 for the whole trip, a fraction of what the tours were charging. We were rewarded with stretches of the wall almost entirely to ourselves, a truly magical experience. We spent hours exploring, sharing snacks and laughter as we took in the breathtaking views. Back in the city, I explored the vast expanse of Tiananmen Square, wandered through the majestic Forbidden City, and joined the locals in flying a colorful kite at the serene Temple of Heaven Park. Evenings were for swapping travel stories and sharing tips over steaming bowls of cheap, delicious noodles. Beijing taught me a valuable lesson. The best moments in life aren't always the most expensive or extravagant. They're the ones that feel the most authentic, the ones that connect you to the heart and soul of a place. And sometimes those moments of genuine connection come wrapped in a simple, delicious dumpling. Leaving Beijing, I took an overnight train to Xi'an, £25 for a hard sleeper bunk. I shared stories with a family and a student, turning a journey into a cultural exchange. In Xi'an, I cycled the ancient city walls and marveled at the blend of old and new. The Terracotta Army was my biggest splurge, £15 but worth every penny. Standing among thousands of unique clay soldiers, I felt the weight of history. In the Muslim quarter, I feasted on hand-pulled noodles, lamb skewers, and persimmon cakes for just a few pounds. The market buzzed with life, flavors, and friendly faces. Sharing tables with strangers, I felt completely at home. In Xi'an, history fed my soul, and the noodles fed everything else. Sometimes the best memories are made with a bowl of noodles and a sense of wonder. Next stop, Chengdu, land of spice and pandas. Another overnight train, another hostel, this one with a rooftop terrace for £6 a night. I took a public bus to the panda research base, arriving early to watch them munch bamboo. Pure joy for £6. Chengdu's food was a revelation: mapo tofu, kung pao chicken, all bursting with Sichuan peppercorn heat. For £5 I ate like royalty in tiny local restaurants. The real heart of Chengdu, People's Park. I watched Tai Chi, ballroom dancing, and sipped endless tea in a traditional tea house for £1.50. Hours drifted by as I soaked in the city's slow, joyful rhythm. Sometimes the best days are the simplest. Tea, people watching, and a city that knows how to live. Chengdu taught me to savor every moment. Craving adventure, a break from the ordinary, and a chance to connect with something bigger than myself, I set out for Shan, one of China's 4 sacred Buddhist mountains. A place steeped in history and spiritual significance. The air itself seemed to hum with ancient energy. A cheap, slightly bumpy bus ride through the verdant countryside and a £20 park ticket got me 2 days of hiking through breathtaking scenery and a night in a traditional monastery. A welcome respite from the climb. The climb was undeniably tough, a true test of endurance. Seemingly endless stone steps winding their way up the mountainside, each one a testament to centuries of pilgrims who had walked this path before me. The path led through misty forests and past ancient temples, their roofs adorned with intricate carvings, each a silent guardian of the mountain's secrets. Along the way, I met fellow hikers from all corners of the globe, shared stories of our travels, and had to be constantly vigilant to dodge snack-stealing monkeys, mischievous creatures who clearly knew how to work the tourist trade. That night, I slept in a simple monastery dorm for just £10, sharing a surprisingly delicious and simple vegetarian meal with the resident monks and other pilgrims, a communal experience that transcended language barriers. The mountain's silence at night was profound, broken only by the distant chanting of the monks. At 4 a.m., fueled by strong tea and anticipation, we hiked the final steeper steps to the Golden Summit, the highest point on Shan, all in pursuit of the perfect sunrise. And then, the moment arrived. The sun broke through the thick blanket of clouds, illuminating the massive golden statue of Samantabhadra, a breathtaking sight that seemed to radiate peace and wisdom. Everyone stood in awe, completely silent, captivated by the sheer beauty of the spectacle. In that moment, standing above a sea of clouds, I felt both incredibly small in the face of nature's grandeur and deeply connected to something far larger than myself. The sore muscles and aching feet faded into insignificance, replaced by a profound sense of wonder and gratitude. Ma Shan wasn't just a challenging hike, it was a deeply spiritual journey, a pilgrimage that nourished the soul. Sometimes the hardest climbs in life truly do lead to the most breathtaking and rewarding views, both literally and figuratively. And the best stories, the ones that truly resonate, often start long before dawn, in the quiet darkness before the world awakens. I left the mountain a little bit different, a little bit changed by the experience, refreshed, renewed, and ready for whatever adventures, challenges, or opportunities came next on my journey. From mountain peaks to fairy tale valleys, I arrived in Yangshuo. My guest house overlooked rice paddies, 9 pounds a night for a view straight out of a painting. I skipped the tourist boats and floated down the Yulong River on a bamboo raft, just the sound of water and birds. I biked through villages, waved at farmers, and got lost among pomelo groves. A woman herding ducks laughed and waved, one of those unplanned, perfect moments. Evenings meant bustling West Street, cheap beer fish, and steaming noodle soup. I took a cooking class, learning to stir-fry and laugh with new friends. Yangshuo was freedom, on a bike, on a raft, or around a shared table. Sometimes the best adventures are the quietest ones, and the best souvenirs are the memories you make along the way. How did I manage a month in China on 550 pounds? Simple choices. Hostels and guest houses averaged 7 pounds a night, about 210 for the month. Trains were my lifeline, overnight rides saved money and doubled as accommodation. City buses and subways cost pennies, walking led to the best discoveries. Transport totaled around 120 pounds. Food was the real win, street stalls, local markets and tiny restaurants, 8 pounds a day, 240 for the month. Activities and entrance fees, about 80 pounds thanks to local buses and skipping pricey tours. My final tally a little over budget but worth every penny. The secret? Travel like a local, eat like a local, and say yes to adventure. You don't need a fortune to have a life-changing trip. Just curiosity, flexibility, and a hearty appetite. The world is more affordable and welcoming than you think. Looking back, it's the people who made China unforgettable. May, the hostel owner who treated me like family. The train companions who shared oranges and stories. Lin, a solo traveler I met on the way to the Great Wall. We're still friends today. Hostel friends in Chengdu became my instant family, exploring and laughing late into the night. Locals guided me when I was lost, or invited me to share a bowl of peanuts in a village. These moments of kindness and connection were the real souvenirs. Budget travel opens you up to the world, and to friendship. The best part of any journey is the people you meet along the way. So that's my month in China. On a budget with a full heart and a full belly. I started with a dare and a little fear, but came home with gratitude and a belief: adventure is for everyone. You don't need to be rich or fearless, just curious. If you're dreaming of an adventure, start small, dream big, and believe you can do it. The world is bigger and kinder than you think. Traveling on a budget isn't deprivation, it's enrichment. The best meals and conversations might cost almost nothing, so I'm passing the dare to you. What's the place that excites and scares you? Start planning, start saving, and most importantly, start believing. Join our community of food and travel lovers. Let's inspire each other to say yes, the world is a giant buffet. Go get a plate, your adventure is waiting, let's go together.